What's up everyone, welcome to Custom Practice Stages, a concept based on showcasing some of the practice stages I've made. Today we're going to go through Sheik's, Pikachu's, and Fox's practice stages. Let's start off with Sheik. Her stage, just like the other ones, are separated into different areas having different training purposes. First up, down left in this stage, we have Sheik's forward air practice. Here you want to hit these explosive boxes with your forward air to grant a good spacing and height on your forward air. Next up, we have the double switches. You want to stay in between these switches, trying to maneuver with your tilts and be reversing, needle fidgeting and stuff like that. You want to stay enclosed in a little area, having control over movement. Next up, we have Sheik's needles to bouncing fish training. Here you have to buffer both the needles and the bouncing fish, or else you will hit this red little part that's sticking up from the training area. This little hump shows that you didn't execute needles to bouncing fish correctly. Next up, we have Sheik's F tilt to up air drag down practice. Here you just want to start chaining your opponent across the stage and finish them off with something like an F smash, for example. Top right on these platforms, we have Sheik's platform movement. This is a little bit similar to what you're going to see on the left side, but you have a little different here as you're going to freestyle the movement rather than doing something strict, which is going to be showcased on the left side. Next up, top middle, we have Sheik's platform movement. Here you want to practice your movement around the platform. Actually, you want to do this without touching the ledge, since Sheik has some tools to maneuver around a ledge without grabbing the ledge, and it basically grants her a very good movement. So start using this practice method a lot if you want to have a bigger control of the ledge. Another cool fact, the distance between the right platform and the left purple platform is actually the distance where needles reach. So you can actually visualize this with these two platforms. Next up is Sheik's double-sided wall movement. Here, this is not very practical in game, but it basically teaches you how to control Sheik's aerial movement in one specific line. So this is very technical. You don't need to master this or practice this too much, but it's for the ones that are seeking for a challenge, really. Lastly, on the left side of the stage, we have Sheik's movement practice, a little different from the right side due to this being a little bit more strict, as you're going to zigzag your way up and down these platforms, granting you a quick control and reversing aerials. Alright, first up with Pikachu is that you're going to start up on a triangular platform where you B-reverse your T-jolts and try to practice these. There's explosives in the bottom of these holes, confirming that you did indeed hit your B-reverses correctly. Next up, a little finicky to set up, but doable of course. If you back throw opponent into this platform, taking it up to top right of the stage, you can start practicing your nair loops here. Continuing forward, we have Pikachu edge guarding practice. Here you use these explosives as a target. You try to think of them as a player and start edge guarding them. Try at least to make this a little bit realistic. Don't try to stand on the explosives. Try to use your double jumps correctly and just have fun. Next up is Pikachu ledge control practice. Here you use this little ledge. Try to control and maneuver around this ledge and use different types of stalling to stay here and control the ledge basically. This part is basically just a wall jump part, nothing too special. Alright, to the fun part of this stage, here's aerial practice and tilt practice. Here you wanna, as the name suggests, start practicing your tilts, start practicing your aerials, and just have fun. Going downwards from there are several platforms here. These are actually height of the battlefield platforms, and I hope I've adjusted correctly that the top ones are for Pokemon Stadium, but these are basically for platform maneuvering, and you can even start maneuvering from the bottom platforms to the top ones. Lastly, the green part on the background of this practice part is to indicate where you have to hit your thunder to hit these explosives. So this is basically also a thunder practice. A fun fact actually, if you frame perfectly jump and thunder, you'll just barely reach the top platform of the battlefield layout in the bottom section. And if you do it again, you'll hit the ground level of the Pokemon Stadium layout. So just try it out, have some fun, and all in all, this stage is actually really fun to make, and just jump around in training. Last up, we have Fox, starting off with these aerial practices. These are 5 explosives which are basically used in any shape that you would like. I really love to throw out some aerials here and there and just freestyle with the aerials, really. Continuing forward, we have the well-known aerial and tilt practice. Here you have to hit some aerials, some low grounded aerials, and your tilts, and start practicing these on these explosive boxes. A quick way to get to the movement practice part is on the left side of the stage, teleporting you quickly to the battlefield layout. Here you can start practicing your movement and start just jumping around on this platform layout. Next up is Fox ledge practice. The bottom left part I try to make a slant, while the left side should be like a wall, so you have different ways of practicing your ledge get-ups or your ledge movement, really. Lastly, if you side B from the ledge practice, you have the perfect height to get to the Firefox angle practice. Here there are lines in the background indicating what useful or important lines / angles you should take in practice with.